Okay, so this is the second part of the lesson on 210. I don't know how long you were able to see that very last slide of the first recording, or if you were able to see the try these, or if you could even tell which website this was. I guess this is probably big enough for you to see. But I did have, on the next page, I had the address, the URL for you to go to, and I did want you to try these quizzes down here. In this order. So I'm going to show you the website. You go to it. Where it says derivatives and graphing, go to these three sites where it says quiz, quiz, quiz. Take some of the first one, then the second one, then the third one. We're going to concentrate on the third one in class tomorrow. And I'm going to ask you actually a couple questions right now on it as well. So here's the site. Take some time and go through all the different quizzes. And I will have a question at the end of this for you to come in with tomorrow to come to class with it already done. Okay, whenever you take that third quiz, you're going to be given a graph, and they're randomly generated, so nobody's going to get the same one, you know, the first time or any other time. So this was my first graph that I got, and you're always going to have a green, a blue, and a red function, and you're going to have to determine which one's f, which one's f prime, and which one's f double prime. So on the next page I made this a little bigger so we can go through the reasoning, but you're supposed to figure out which one's f, which one's f prime, and which one's f double prime. And then you can either check your answer, or if you're really, really stuck, you could just say see the solution or get the next graph. Okay, so I made this one a little bit bigger. You know what you want to look for are places where you know that the derivative is 0. So right here, the derivative of the green one is 0 here, and the blue one happens to be 0, so there's a possibility. Or the derivative of the green is 0 here, and the blue one happens to be 0. So far it looks like the blue might be the derivative of the green, which either means we can go green, blue, or green, blue. Okay? So now let's take a look at the fact that, you know, right here you can also see the derivative of the red is 0. So maybe it goes red, blue. So it might go red, blue. Okay, so you see how it's going to take a little bit of thinking, and you're going to have to keep analyzing the curves. So right here I see that the derivative of the blue function is 0, and the red is actually on 0. So the derivative of the blue might be red. Here the derivative of the red is 0, so maybe the derivative of the red is blue. So it's not really very, can't determine it yet, right now, unless you look at, let's see, these slopes are negative. So if the derivative of the red were blue, then the slopes between, so this would be a 0. Oh, right here, never mind. The derivative of the red function right here is 0, and the blue is not 0. So actually the derivative of the blue is the red, and the derivative of the green is the blue, again, because here's a 0, and before this these are all positives, and then here these slopes are negative, the blue slopes are negative. Here the green slopes are negative, the blue values are negative. Alright, again, now, so I'm thinking it's going to be green and then blue, and then the derivative of blue is red. So let's check that one. Not only is this 0, but these slopes are all positive, and the red is all positive. These slopes are all negative, and these values are all negative. And then these slopes are positive, and these values are positive. So go back and, you know, listen to that slower if it helps. But I think that our answer is going to be green, and then the derivative of green is blue, and then the derivative of blue is red. So after that, I'm going to click on check answer, and once I click on check answer, it's going to tell me that I'm right. If I wasn't right, then I would just change my answers and try again, and then eventually if I needed to, again, I would say see solution. Okay, and since this video is going up so late tonight, I'm not even going to make this an assigned thing for tomorrow, but for tomorrow, when you come in, if you can tell me the 3 colors in order and correctly, then it's 5 points like it's usually been every day, but these will be bonus points. Okay, so tomorrow you can get 5 out of 0 if you know them in the correct order. So obviously I changed mine so that they're not correct. But I do know the right answer, so come in with that tomorrow.